Faro Lady's abilities revealed, and it looks like we're getting crossovers dropping left, right, and center. Let's get straight into it. Welcome back to another episode, guys. Let's talk about what we're getting this week. This week, of course, we're getting a crossover that is the BDuck crossover part 2. So in this event, you'll be able to get different rewards by logging in, doing event missions and stuff like that, including, of course, the portrait, hip rice, and hip Buffy, the portrait frame hip Buffy, the graffiti hip Buffy, and the survivor B tier accessory called Buzz Doll. It's for all survivors as far as I can tell. There are of course going to be other rewards including fragments, clues, stuff like that. The usual, but you get the idea. Another part of the event that's included is a sharing event. So if you share the event, I'm assuming on your social media and stuff like that, you'll be able to get a special reward that is the B tier pet tiny BDuck that is quite cute. I'm surprised we didn't get this one in the previous event. You know, it's kind of more related to part 1 instead of part 2. The star of the show are the skins that are coming to the store, and of course also a B tier pet, including the A tier skin for prisoner called Rice, the A tier skin for Bufima called Buffy, and the B tier survivor pet called Tiny Jack. So we're getting Tiny BDuck for free for sharing, and if you want to get Tiny Jack, you have to purchase it in the store. If that event is not enough for you, well, don't worry, because we're getting another event, and this one's a tiny mini event that we're getting called the Dragon Boat Festival. During this event, if you complete tasks or missions, you'll get different rewards, including a portrait frame that's themed around White Guard Wu Chang, and a portrait frame that is green and has a little dragon on it. I guess that makes sense considering it's connected to the Dragon Boat Festival. Haha. As for something that you'll be able to find in the store this week, as last week we got the Zeta accessory, this week we're getting the Wolves accessory connected to the Identity 5 Professional League 2023 Autumn Champion event. This is an A tier accessory for Prospector for the Team Wolves, and it's called Apex. It has some very cool effects, including golden ice effects around Prospector, as he has his internal magnet effect. Also, if he throws his magnets, it will have the team logo and a tournament trophy with golden ice effects. I think that's his red magnet usually. And the blue magnet that he usually throws will have blue ice effects with text showing on the ground and a spirit wolf that appears in the middle that has a small animation. So really, really cool. The effects look fantastic. And I also forgot to mention that there is also a stun effect whenever the hunter gets pushed by your magnets. I think it's only if you push them, but it has a golden wolf effect as well. And the tiny thing we're getting this week is of course a character day, and that seems to be for female dancer on Monday the 9th of June. This will be her 5th character day. Technically this is next week as it is next Monday, but it will be before I do next week's news video, so I thought I would mention it anyway. As it is her 5th character day, she's going to be getting a wall hanging, a portrait to put on your wall in your rooms. So that's very interesting. It's always good to see these kind of rewards as we get them. Feels like we've had a ton of character days recently. Now let's move on to talk about some future content, things that we can expect. Just last week, Nettie's revealed Faro Lady's abilities, and I got to mess around with her in the test server, so if you want to go and watch that, there is a live stream related to that, but I'll be showing some clips of her abilities anyway. Her abilities include her external trait called Cloak. This ability means that when she's near the hunter, she goes invisible, and whilst invisible, she has a meter that fills up slowly, and when she gets to 100% on this meter, she stops being invisible. If she moves too far away from the hunter, she gets revealed to the hunter, and if she moves away from the hunter, that meter will slowly decrease, meaning that her ability can essentially reset. She only gets a cooldown if her ability gets to 100%. While she's invisible, she does not have normal scratch marks, but instead she leaves a glowing trail behind her. Her second external trait is Aromatherapy Cane. This ability lets her do a trick move where she can throw her aroma, or her trail that she usually has behind her, in a direction, meaning that there are technically 2 ways she could have gone. As the hunter cannot see you, they can only see your trail, it means that you can possibly trick them into going a different direction. Her third external trait is called Dexterous, and this is why she is a decoder. Her ability is that when she touches a cipher machine below 10%, so if it has less than 10% progress, that cipher machine will instantly jump up to either 10% or 15%. Is still currently under adjustments, I think, in the test server, meaning that that cipher already has some progress when you touch it. She also has the ability to connect herself to a cipher that isn't being decoded and that has progress already. This is very important. And she can steal or kind of use this progress of this cipher machine to give herself a buff. The cipher machine that she's connected to will slowly lose progress as she decodes another cipher machine, and she gets, depending on how far away she is from the connected cipher machine, a different kind of buff. I don't want to give too many details about the specific numbers, as these things do get changed in the test server, but I will show on the screens the ones that are current in the test server right now. And her final external trait is called Disarray. This is her debuff, and her debuff means that when she rescues, she has an increased rescuing time. Currently sitting at 100%, it's really slow. We do have a Persona Web trait that makes it go a little bit faster, but still, you get the idea. It's pretty slow. Connected to Faro Lady, Nettie's just revealed Season 32 Essence 2 and all of the skins that we'll be getting for that crossover, at least the high tier skins. I don't really know what the theme of this essence is, something to do with the haunted house, but this essence should be coming on the 13th of June, and it will include the S tier skin for Faro Lady, of course, that will bring her to the game as well, called Mark of Prey, the A tier skin for Weeping Clown called Naga, and the A tier skin for Naya that has a really, really long name called Death's Head Hawk Moth. Okay, that's a great name, I guess. If someone's going to remember that one, I'm sure they have amazing memories, because I'm going to forget this name almost immediately. The skins look really, really good, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Faro Lady skin in game because it looks very pretty, but I'm also a really big fan of Naiad's skin, to be honest. Last week I talked about how Prospector is going to be getting an S tier package soon. We now know when it's coming, and it's coming on the 20th of June, and we also got to see a little bit more what the skin will look like in game. You know, not perfectly, but we got to see different things, and we got to look at the appearance of the accessory. So we know the S tier skin is called Summer Frisbee, looks nice, S tier, very fancy, and the A tier accessory that we already knew what it was called but didn't know what it looked like is called Inflatable Dolphin, and it's exactly that, an inflatable dolphin, and it looks nice. I wonder what the effects are. I think I gave some theories last week talking about how it's probably going to be like a wave effect whenever he drops a magnet or something, but we'll see. You'd think that's all the content that we're getting, but no, in the future we're getting even more content, including a crossover that's just been announced. That is the Egg Party crossover. If you don't know what Egg Party is, you are forgiven for not knowing, because I didn't know what it is either. It's a game developed by NetEase that is essentially, as far as I can tell, just Fall Guys. If you've ever heard of Fall Guys that was popular a few years ago, it's essentially that. The description on Wikipedia reads, Egg Party is a casual competitive battle royale game. The player, represented as a sphere-shaped character called Eggy, and allows players to use the Eggy skills to complete the game. The game uses parkour as the core gameplay and derives 3 different party round types. As far as I know, it's the same as Fall Guys, and it's interesting to see what they'll do for the crossover. I expect some pets, but maybe we'll see some really round egg-shaped skins. I think that would be quite funny. Please give us something for Bonbon. I think he's the perfect person for this, but apart from that, can you think of any better characters? I can't. Another upcoming crossover that we're getting, of course, is one that we've mentioned quite a long time ago. That is the crossover with the China Academy of Art. Now, I've been talking about this on and off as we got more and more news. They've made some decisions on who the winners are for this little event that they're holding in the China Academy of Art. If you don't know what this is all about, it's about how there's an academy that for the last few months or so were creating specific pieces of art for skins that could potentially come to the game. The winner would then get their skin, essentially, or their art piece, brought into the game as a skin. I'm assuming that the skin's called the Peach Face Scholar, and it's from the artist Wei Jingwen. I don't know which one of the skins that I'm showing on the screen right now it is. These are all the submissions, as far as I can tell, that were done by the artists. They are absolutely amazing, and I wish we could have every single one of these art pieces added as a skin into the game, but only one is the winner, and I think we'll be getting it for free during the event. I believe there's also supposed to be another skin coming for Lucky Guy as well, designed by somebody as well, that might be only added to the store or something like that, but I don't really know. I don't want to confirm any of that. This is just me remembering stuff from quite a long time ago. Okay, it's time for us to quick fire some Q&A news that they gave us, as they recently answered the Q&As. Fire Investigator's airbags may be highlighted through walls. Upcoming adjustments are coming to Crystal Ball Terror Mode at the end of the season. There's possibly going to be a delay for the story event. I think it was initially scheduled to be November 2024, and now they say next year. I did say that they're probably going to delay it, as they always do. Mercenary's Diary is coming before the story event releases. The new game engine, with all the improvements to the game and possibly making it so the ping is a little bit better, should be coming at the end of June. Undead is getting a skin. This is probably the biggest news for me. I'm most excited about this because I've been waiting since he first came out to get proper skins for him. And there's a new map coming to Duo Hunter mode that is Leo's Memory. Interesting. I'm not sure if I'm happy about that. And some minor pieces of news. Around the 14th of this month, we should see a special live stream announcing even more Identity V content. Wow, we have so many busy weeks now of content in these videos, it's going to be crazy. And around that time, we should also see a Panda Guardian revival event that is essentially the celebration for the charity event to support or adopt a panda that we did a few years ago. This is in celebration, I think, of that panda's 3rd birthday. Not really sure exactly when that is, but should be exciting. And another piece of small news is that on June 12th, Smiley Face's free event skin that I think we got recently from the Arnold and Puppets event should be available in the store if you didn't get it through the free method. So make sure that you either promote your link a little bit more or that you save up those fragments to get the skin. See this video on the screen right here? Click it because it's probably a good video that YouTube recommends specifically for you.